A very good morning, students. Today we will start our second lesson of science, that is microorganisms. So there are different kind of organisms which are living in our surrounding, in our environment. So some of that organisms are large in size, some are in a small size, and some of the organisms that we can't see with our naked eyes. So here in the book there are three pictures given below. So have you what do you think is growing on that t-shirt, shoes and orange? Have you that same growth you have also seen on the bread, stale bread? So very tiny organism called fungi are growing on these objects. So have you seen it before that many wet clothes or stale food or stale fruits, on that type of food there is a growth of that kind of organisms. That organisms are called as a fungi. What we notice in these pictures, that is the large number of fungi living in group called colonies. So when fungi lives, fungi are present in a large number, that means that fungi is living in a group. So that groups of fungi are called as a colonies, and that is the reason they are visible to the naked eye. So fungi live in a group, large groups. That's why we are able to see that fungi with our naked eyes. So the organisms that are very small and can only be seen through an instrument called microscope are called microorganisms or microbes. So the organisms that are very small and we can see them only through an instrument, that is called microscope. So that organisms are known as microorganism or microbes. So microorganisms are very small and that can only seen through the microscope. So microorganisms have very small size and we are not able to see them through our naked eyes. They are present all around us. Even so microorganisms are present everywhere, that is in our surrounding, like on the surface, on animal, on in the soil. So everywhere microorganisms are present. Even inside our body microorganisms are present. So microorganism, where does microorganism found? So microorganism found everywhere. It includes cold places such as Siberia and Alaska. Again, it also found in hot deserts like Atacama Desert, hot water springs, volcanoes and oxygen deficient environment also. So where oxygen is not is present in a less quantity, there is also microorganisms are found. So we have studied in the previous class that in the human intestine and the gut of cows also have microorganisms. So in human intestines and also in the gut of cows, they also contain microorganisms, and that microorganisms play very important role in the digestion of food. So now we will see about the microscope. That is our next topic. So microorganisms, we need one instrument to see that microorganisms. So that instrument which helps us to study microorganisms or which helps us to see that microorganism, that type of instrument is called as a microscope. So with the help of microscope we are able to see microorganisms that we cannot able to see with our naked eyes. So laboratories generally use simple and compound microscopes. So the picture given here is the compound microscope. So here are given in the diagram the parts of microscope. So first one is eyepiece lens. So that lens from where we can see the organism So that lens magnifies the image of whichever organism we are seeing that through that microscope. Then there is one coarse adjustment, so which is used for focusing. Again there is one fine adjustment, that is also for focusing. Then there is a clip, that clip used to hold slide properly. If we are not using that clip, that slides may get displaced. Then again stage height adjustment, so that is first, before that we will see the nose piece. So nose piece, that is used to revolve, that revolves to move the desired lens in position. That means because of that nose piece we will adjust the position of lens. Again objective lens, so objective lens is used to magnify the image. Then again stage, that is stage which holds the slide, that part is a stage, so which holds that slide which contains object. Then again there is that whitish part, that is called as a cover slip. So that cover slip is used to cover that object present on the slide. Then next is a glass slide. So glass slide is the place where we place our object. Then there is a diaphragm lever, so it controls the amount of light reaching on the object. So that means what amount we want to look to see our object, that is controlled by that diaphragm lever. Then next is condenser, so it is used it focuses light on the object, may not be present in all microscopes. So that condenser, it is used to focus light on the object, and it is not important that it is always present in all type of microscope. Then again there is given mirror. So what is the use of that mirror? It supplies lights to see the object. So microscopes have a combination of lenses that are placed in such a manner that it can produce high resolution images. So most microscope have combination of lenses. So for what? To produce high resolution images. So because of that lenses we are able to see small organisms very in high resolution image. Thus, not only do they magnify minute objects, allowing us to see them clearly, but also they also have the power of resolution that allows us to see closely placed parts separately. So because of that lenses, we can not only able to see minute objects, but also we can see we get able to see the each and every part of that microorganism or that object properly and more closely. The lens that we see through is called as the eyepiece or ocular lens. So from where we see that object, that part is called as a eyepiece. The lenses mounted on the revolving nose piece are called objective lens. So the lenses which are placed on revolving, that lenses revolving part lenses consist of some lenses that is called as objective lenses. The extent of magnification and revolution depends on the power of lenses used. So the magnification and higher resolution, it depends on the lenses that we are using in that microscope. So totally clarity of image and resolution, magnification, it all depends on only one thing of the microscope, that is the lens of the microscope. Now the next topic is type of microorganisms. So microorganisms divided into 5 major groups: bacteria, algae, fungi, protozoa and viruses. That are the 5 main groups of microorganisms. So first we will see the bacteria. So bacteria, it is in singular it is called as a bacterium. So bacteria are the most commonly found single celled or unicellular microorganisms. So bacteria is the that bacteria are unicellular microorganism. That means that bacteria having only single cell. So its whole body means its single cell. So they can be present in different shape. So like rod shape, spherical, comma shaped, and spiral shaped. So here in the picture, here different shapes of bacteria are given and their names also. So rod shaped bacteria is called as a bacilli, spherical is called as a cocci, then comma shaped is called as a vibrio, and spiral bacteria is called as a spirilla. So they are found everywhere including ocean and guts of animals. That means that bacteria found everywhere in the oceans as well as also in the guts of animals. So few examples of bacteria are given here, that is lactobacillus, Escherichia coli, then Vibrio cholerae and Yersinia pestis. So that are the few names of bacteria. So now next is algae. In singular it is called as a alga. So these are plant-like autotrophic microorganisms. So algae is like a plant and that is a autotrophic microorganisms. Now what is the meaning of autotrophic? Autotrophic means they can make their food by themselves. They do not depend on the other plants or that animal for the food. So they have chlorophyll and the cell walls in their cells. So they have chlorophyll as well as cell walls. They can be unicellular or multicellular. So algae are present in are unicellular. That means some algae are having single cell and some of the algae are having many cells. So algae are found in the clumps as known as colonies. So algae, same like fungi, it is also found in clumps and it is known as a colony. Their habitat may be moist rocks, tree barks, soil and all kind of water bodies. So where the algae found? On the moist rock, on the tree barks also, on soil and all kind of water bodies. So mostly things having water presence in it, at that type of places algae is found. A few examples of algae are nostoc, Polysiphonia and volvox. So that are the examples of algae. Again the pictures are given here of that examples of algae. So some forms of algae are large and can be seen with the naked eye. So some of the algae that are able to seen with naked eyes. So which type of algae we are able to see with naked eye? Multicellular type algae. So they are found in marine water and are called seaweeds. So seaweeds are the type of algae. So next is fungi. So in singular it is called as a fungus. So these are the organisms that lack chlorophyll and follow heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So fungi don't have chlorophyll and that's why they depend on other things for its nutrition, for its food. So fungi may be can be unicellular or multicellular. Same like algae, fungi is also unicellular as well as multicellular. Some multicellular fungi like mushrooms are visible to the naked eyes. So mushroom is a mushroom that belongs from the fungi group and we are able to see with that mushroom with our naked eyes. Fungi grows best in dark, humid and moist places. So where does fungi grow? In the dark, humid and moist places. A few examples are rhizops, that is bread mold. So on wet bread or stale bread that fungi grows, that is known as a rhizops. Then agaricus and penicillium. So that are the example of fungi. So next topic we will see on tomorrow. So then see you tomorrow.